like the video.
The NBA just had All-Star Weekend, and the single most famous basketball player of my lifetime, LeBron James, gave a less than satisfying answer when an Israeli reporter asked him about a fellow All-Star and to give a message to his Israeli fans. Now, before we break down every detail, let's just listen to the part that people are mad at first so you understand where the issue is. This is from the man himself talking about Israel.
Hopefully someday I can make it over there. Like I said, I've never been over there, but I've heard nothing but great things. And
You've heard nothing but what? Derapy.
Wing Wong Wednesday.
I don't want to pretend like this is the biggest deal ever, like it's extremely concerning and you should be very angry about it. But the reason why I feel like this is worth talking about is because of the same reason that you clicked on this video, because of the reaction that you had when you heard him say it. Everybody knows that we have not all heard nothing but good things about Israel. I don't even have to tell you what's going on. You just know that it sounds weird to hear somebody say it. Do you know why it sounds weird? Because you're alive and you're online. I've said many times that we have to normalize not having a take on everything, and I thought about that a lot before I started recording this episode. But this isn't about international war, conflict, or erasure of a people. Free Palestine. This is about why LeBron did this, why he said these words, people's reaction to it, and what I think it says about online discourse when it comes to these things. Anyways, let's listen to the full clip so we can determine what actually is going on here.
B from Channel 14 in Israel. For all the Israeli fans, what message would you like to send for Israel, and also what do you think about Deni Avdija?
Okay, I feel my opinion evolving in real time. I want you all to think about this. This is an Israeli reporter. She's pulled up on Braun at this media event and she says, for the fans, what message would you like to send for Israel?
What do you mean by that?
And then follows it up with, and what do you think about Deni Avdija, who is a fellow all-star that happens to be Israeli? I genuinely roll my eyes almost every time I see some conspiracy about Jewish people or Israeli operations or whatever. Like, I genuinely don't believe almost anything I hear about it. But if we had a Mexican or Italian or Canadian all-star in the NBA all-star game, would we send a Mexican, Italian, or Canadian reporter to ask you to send a message for Mexico or Canada or Italy? I don't know. Maybe I'm not watching enough NBA media events. I also feel like she should have led with talking about the NBA all-star Deni Avdija because, you know, that's what they're there for. Basketball. If this isn't propaganda, which I would like to assume that it's not, wouldn't you lead with a question about basketball instead of a message for Israel? Do I sound crazy? Anyways, let's listen to the rest of the clip.
For all the Israeli fans, what message would you like to send for Israel, and also what do you think about Deni Avdija?
well, I've been quoted on Danny already, and they asked me what I thought about this season. I said I believe he was an all-star, and I mean, he is an all-star. He's playing, exceptional, basketball.
First of all, notice how he gives the basketball answer first. The reason we're there. Context, okay? Deni Avdija is averaging 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. The year before, he was only averaging 17 points. He's gone from role player to basically leading scorer on the team. He's also getting boards and making great passes. He's playing much better. These are all-star numbers. No problem. Braun giving him his flowers, right? I saw some people claiming that this man is only an all-star because he's Jewish and they're pushing an agenda. If you think that, you are
a wing wong.
That brother is balling. Now let's listen to the next part of the answer, okay? Remember the question. For the Israeli fans, what message would you like to send for Israel? Odd kind of question. Feels like a bit of a setup, but here's what I would say. I'm LeBron. Deni, if you're an Israeli fan and you're a fan of Deni, you should be proud of him. He's representing y'all well. He's hooping. If you're a fan of me or the game in general, I hope y'all tune in this All-Star weekend and enjoy the show. That's what I think a normal response would be, in my opinion, to a little bit of a weird question. But listen to what LeBron says.
So that's that. And then, I mean, if I have fans over there, I've never been there. If I have fans over there, then, I hope you have been following my career. I hope I inspire people over there to not only want to be great in sports, but I want you to be better in general in life.
Wow. That's like the perfect answer.
Psych!
No. He just had to keep going, though.
Hopefully someday I can make it over there. Like I said, I've never been over there, but I've heard nothing but great things, and I appreciate the question.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
First of all, LeBron, you are not going to Israel. Also, I think the reason why people are so bothered by this is just the fact that he could have said pretty much everything else and it would have been fine, even if he says that he wants to go over there for some reason, even though I don't think he actually does or ever plans to. But I think it's weird that he felt like, even though he wasn't asked about visiting Israel, he's like, I'm gonna make my way over there, you know? I've never been there, but I've heard nothing but good. I can't even say it. It feels weird. Now, it's possible that when he says I've heard nothing but good things, he's talking about the literal place, like geographically, like it's a nice looking area to be. I don't think I've heard nothing but great things translates directly to Israel has done nothing wrong to anyone ever. The slander is crazy. You should know already.
They my ride or dies.
I think that a few things can be true at once. A message for Israel, like the question was framed weird, in my personal opinion. LeBron saying he'd heard nothing but great things, a bit out of touch, not the best look. Saying you want to visit there when nobody asked you about visiting there, interesting, but not like career destroying, okay? Do I think he's a puppet for propaganda, a plant, an IDF agent?
No.
Do I think there would have been no consequence if he simply said, didn't deserve to be an all-star and he's making his people proud? Hope y'all enjoy the festivities. I think he could have said that and it would have been fine, and it's probably what he should have said. LeBron to me isn't like a monstrous sellout because of this. I think he's just a bit of a
Wing Wong.
and I think that they set him up. They set him up with a weird question and he gave a weird answer. Now that should be the end of it, but it is not. The way that people are reacting to this, you would think LeBron himself is funding the carnage. This tweet from Jackson Hinkle has almost 2 million impressions and it says, breaking, LeBron James goes full Zionist. Is that what full Zionism is? I feel like that's disrespectful to the actual Zionists. I just think that there are people who deserve this characterization far more than LeBron Ramon James. But we have this other post from Usman Talks UTD, 144,000 views. So many iconic black people in history went against the grain, stood for what's right, even when it cost them everything. Meanwhile, this fraud who has everything decides to stand with them instead of those suffering in Palestine. You'll be remembered for all the wrong reasons. Is basketball one of the reasons? Because I feel like we're gonna remember LeBron because of the basketball, but that, I don't know, maybe that's just me. This has to be my favorite caption that I have seen from this. This post has 1 million views and it says, LeBron James bows to Israel. When asked about Israel, he said he'd love to visit and he's heard nothing but great things. Great things?
You coward.
At King James. That man called LeBron James a coward who bows to Israel. I am saying this with all the sincerity I can muster on a silly Wednesday. Don't be upset about this. Please don't. It's really not worth it. Last bit on this. Mehdi Hassan, a journalist, wrote this open letter to LeBron, which LeBron will not read, especially because you have to pay to read it. But the gist is, you're a disgrace, LeBron. You called out Trump for Charlottesville, called him a so-called president. Dope. You supported Black Lives Matter in 2020. That was based. You took a knee with the team, and I love that. You denounced the overturning of Roe v. Wade. My GOAT. So where has your voice been the last 2.5 years on Palestine? Now you're saying you've heard nothing but great things. I'm just writing to let you know.
You've upset me.
Now become a paid subscriber so I can give you my 2 cents.
I am not asking anyone to pretend like what Braun said wasn't out of touch or weird or even ridiculous. If we're assuming he's talking about the government instead of the tourist spots, which I don't think he is, then saying that you've heard nothing but great things is crazy when talking about a country that we know has been up to no good, to say the least. Honestly, if somebody from a different country was saying that they heard nothing but great things about America, I would also be like, I don't believe you. But the idea that this 52-second clip, it's proof that he's bought and paid for, proof that he thinks Jim is actually pretty chill. The idea that LeBron James owes it to us to make a statement on the status of Palestinians, I think it's just unrealistic. And if you're one of those people that's out here like, this destroys his legacy, I'll never view him the same again. He's LeIsrael now. I think that you're just a little bit
Of a Wing Wong.
but that's okay. Let's talk about something a little bit different, something a little bit lighter. Anyways, speaking of something that's not political, Stephen A. Smith, the basketball sports media take guy that yells, he's been getting more and more into politics, and here's him just casually talking about the border crisis, police, the economy, etc. The guy knows everything.
Make no mistake about it, we wouldn't have a border crisis under my watch. Hell no.
What would you do about it? How would we not have a border crisis under you, Stephen A. Smith?
We wouldn't have this crime that exists in the streets of New York. You wouldn't hear about me saying defund the police. We ain't defunding any police. I'm calling 911 when there's a problem. I know you're calling 911 when there's a problem. I'll be damned if I'm gonna have less police officers out there. There's gonna be more.
Oh, brother, this guy's...
Who is saying defund the police in the Grand 2-6? We also got nothing about the border crisis plan, but that's besides the point, I guess. I feel like if we're still at the point where you have to say out loud, I wouldn't defund the police, because what if I gotta call 911? I feel like you're still in baby take land. Like, you're not ready to be a real politician, buddy. But who is hopping on the train of like, you know what we need?
More police.
This is not what I would like to hear from my hot take sports guy. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I'll be damned if I'm gonna have less police officers out there. There's gonna be more. That's me. I would focus on a flourishing economy and making sure we did everything we could, because I believe when you have something to lose, you know how to behave.
Those who are well off typically just don't implicate themselves. It's only those pores that get all nasty. Quick question, chat. You're home alone. Who's voting for Stephen A. Smith when the time comes? Quick show of hands. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Ask somebody. Ask somebody around you. I'm curious. Who is voting for Screamin' A. Swift in the Big 2-6 or in the Big 2-8? No crime in New York. No more border crisis. Focus on the economy. More police. Hey, just stay in your lane, man. It's fine. Don't be a
Wing Wong.
I don't know if you all remember a person that goes by Dababy. Not your baby, but the rapper. If you've heard one of his flows, then you've heard all of them. He was in this interview recently talking about his Rolling Loud set in 2021. During the show, he was trying to get people engaged from the crowd, and he was like, if you do this, or you have this, or you don't do this, or whatever, put your cell phone lights in the air. And this is him talking about how he feels like he was set up, or he didn't deserve the backlash or something. I don't know. Let's take a listen together.
So you don't even regret saying the shit?
Say what?
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases that'll make you die 2-3 weeks, put a cell phone like that.
Me personally, if I'm at a show and the artist is like, hey, if you don't have AIDS right now that are gonna kill you in the next couple of weeks, put your cell phone light in the air, I'm gonna be like, what? I thought this was a rap concert.
Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the
Does he want them to check? Does he want them to check at the concert? What is the meaning of this?
Fellas,
Lights up.
fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in
Let's
the
be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
So this is what people are saying Dababy was quote-unquote canceled for. He thinks that this was a pivotal moment in his career, and I think it's reasonable to assume that he might have been targeting members of the Alphabet Gang. The if you don't have AIDS, put your light up thing seemed kind of random. But the if you're a man who did not engage in a sexual act with another man in the parking lot near this Dababy show, put your light up. I saw someone doing that earlier and I hated it. That was kind of weird. That kind of makes me feel like when it comes to the activities of Rainbow Crew, you're not really digging it. Both you and your DJ, Dababy, seem to be singling out a certain group of people. Now, me personally, I find this to be in poor taste, but I am also not gay. What? So maybe it's even more offensive than I can imagine. I just think it's strange. It's as if Dababy witnessed a gay incident and carried this animosity into the show. And he's trying to figure out who it was. So he's trying to get everybody but that gay guy to put their light up so he can like find out who it is. It's not the greatest detective work. Frankly, that's kind of
Wing Wong.
behavior on its own. But listen to him talk about this incident years later.
What you had said? You said
I
something
told them
crazy.
nigga put their lights up. What they do? 60,000 of them motherfuckers. I wish I had my cell phone. You got your flashlight? Let me see that bitch. Let me see that bitch. Go back and watch it for
Yeah,
real.
they did, though.
Yeah,
No,
we
they
can't
did.
see how they made it look. They ran the play on me. They did what they were supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
I had the most lit set the whole goddamn show.
Oh, all he did was tell people to put their lights up. That's it. He told people to put their lights up and they put their lights up. A play was ran on him. Simply. He was bamboozled. It was AI. It was fake.
Oh.
Even the interview I go do when I get off the stage, you had the best. Like the proof is in the pudding. It's already there. They know.
put the AI on you before AI.
Man, come on. They ran a move on my motherfucking ass.
Wait, I was joking. I actually hadn't listened to the full clip. No, he's actually saying it was fake. The guy is like, man, they used AI before there was AI. And he's like, yeah, man, they ran a play on me. No, they didn't. Dababy, can you not tell the man that it wasn't AI? Like it wasn't a fake thing that happened? Like that really happened?
The AI on you before AI.
Man, come on. They ran a move on my motherfucking ass and it worked. They some hell of a niggas.
Cause you been saying shit like that at your show, right?
1,000%.
Nah, I don't think that's true. I don't think Dababy goes out during like every show and he's like, yo, shout out to everybody that's not doing gay stuff in the parking lot. Like, no, I don't believe you, man. I don't think that's true. I don't think you've been saying that stuff specifically. Also, I guess we've kind of moved away from the it's fake and they ran a play thing to now it's just like, no, you've been saying stuff like that. They just randomly decided to take you down. Who is they? The gays?
1,000%. You can go back and see it. Niggas still saying shit like that now. But
They
not baby.
Yeah.
They not a household name in every goddamn continent of the world. So they ain't did SNL, Jimmy Fallon, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They not, it ain't even worth it to them.
See, Dababy is a sorry. Dababy is a household name. I want you to text literally anybody in your family right now.
Ask about Dababy.
And say, you know who Dababy is, right?
He's a household name.
And I would love for you to leave your answer in the comments. Literally any family member, could be mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, just be like, you know who Dababy is, right? Because he says he's a household name in every continent. Every continent on the planet. Dababy is known in the rap world, but like, you're not a household name. I don't think he knows what a household name is. Like Lil Baby, Gunna, Young Thug. I'm just thinking of like rap names off the top of my head. Waka Flocka Flame, like Roddy Ricch. These aren't household names. Relatively speaking, compared to Dababy when it comes to like a level of popularity, I'm essentially nobody. But we're not gonna sit here and act like Dababy is a household name. That's a lie. You're a liar. I don't believe you.
To goddamn, you see what I'm saying? Run that play on them. You see, like me, like I got real deal influence. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I go anywhere in the world, them niggas know, they don't know a lick of English. Put goddamn Suge on, Rockstar on, they know it, word for word. You see what I'm saying? So,
Wing Wong.
The idea that the reason why Dababy was called out for targeting gay people at a concert, the reason why he got called out for this is because he simply had too much worldwide influence as a household name, and the powers that be had to stop him from being successful. I don't believe you. If you announce a tour, your core audience shouldn't be deterred by that incident because you do that at every show, according to you. If you put out music and it's good, your fans will listen to it regardless of that 2021 incident. If you talk like that all the time, like, I don't know what we're talking about. Saying a play was ran on you because a clip went viral and Alphabet Gang doesn't rock with you is lame. You're lame. I'm either supposed to believe that some unknown figures are conspiring against you because your influence is too great. You think you're Andrew Tate or something. Or I'm supposed to believe that you have this large gay fan base that was disappointed in you. But honestly, both of those ideas sound pretty unbelievable. I think you simply stop being poppin' for a bit. It happens to the best of us. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. Whether it be Dababy, Screamin' A Whiff, or LeBron, this is all silly stuff, not that deep. Please do not get too upset about it. Please, no crazy conspiracy theories in the comment section. I will just straight up delete them. I won't even engage with them. Please be normal. I have plenty more
Wing Wong
stuff that I may get to later or tomorrow or later in the week. But in the meantime, if you made it this far,
like the video
and leave a comment that says, I am a household name. Please subscribe to the channel and let me know when you do so I can personally thank you. Support the channel for as little as $1 if you can spare it by becoming a member. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro.
Crack in my windshield, I'm pissed off. If you a hater, get lost.
Get lost.
Yeah, it's my show and I'm in charge. Don't eat lemon pepper wings, but I'm the big boss. Please cut me slack, man, need a discount. About to jump off the roof, that's a dismount. I'm just playing.
I'm okay.
Okay, but like, are you though?
Sorry for the pause, that's awkward. Start a podcast, cause I knew I was a talker. Yeah, my girl love me, but she's sick of my voice. And you know I'm pro-choice, so she do what she want. Why they hate when I get political? I'm a deep thinker, that's critical. Way too serious for a dude not getting paid. Man, I really need a shave. You know what sucks? Most of season 2 of Dave. Taking shots, but I skip out on the bar. Every single show, I swear I wanna raise the bar. Hope you listen close so you never miss the bar. Say the same thing, but I'm still going.